Hi everybody, it's Victoria, proprietress of Square Root Vintage over on Etsy. Um, I'm back with another Founder Friday. So with Founder Friday, what I enjoy doing is I have a lot of older books and magazines that I've collected, and I like to, on Founder Friday, take the opportunity to share some of those pieces of literature, pieces of history with the world. So, going back to my favorite, what started this all off, Amy Vanderbilt's Everyday Etiquette, last copyright 1956, earliest copyright 1952. So, a little bit of wisdom from our friends in the 50s. Last time we were in the teenager section, and I want to go back to the teenager section today because there are some very interesting questions that are asked here. And you know what? We're getting into the juicy stuff this time. So, let's just dive right in, starting with the topic on dress. Dress as it relates to teenagers. So, first question. It says, I have been having an argument with my mother for a long time about my wearing earrings. She said I was too young to wear those button type earrings, and I say I am not because all the other girls my age wear them. She told me to write you and find out if you think a 14-year-old girl is too young to wear earrings. A.S. Waco, Texas. Woo! Times have changed because we all know, like, what is it? Like, before, like, when people are like 1 or 2, their parents take them and they get their ears pierced at Claire's now. For the girls, at least. I don't know, like, if people do the same thing for boys. Most of my family, the girls all get their ears pierced. So, it's not a thing anymore, for at least in my family. But I do know the trouble with girls trying to be older than they are and wanting to be older and look older. And I feel like this is probably the equivalent of that today, where it's like, oh, I want to wear like this cut off top. And it's like, no, just stay young and appreciate your youth. Like, just don't try and be older than you are. Just enjoy that age. So let's see what she has to say. Miss Vanderbilt responds, you have almost answered this yourself. You say all the other girls your age wear them. Generally, what the others in the group do, so long as these things are not really harmful, so no jumping off bridges if your friends do them, can usually be a safe guide to parents. I can't see anything particularly harmful in button earrings at your age, but if they really disturb your mother, why don't you wait a while? I know what she means. She doesn't want you to try to look like a grown up young lady when you are still only 14. She doesn't want you to look in any way cheap by using a lot of makeup, tottering around in very high heels, wearing your dresses cut too low. My own mother used to call this gilding the lily. That's a good one. There's something wonderfully young and fresh about the age of 14 in a girl, and it is very nice if she just looks 14. Exactly. Just appreciate your age, look your age, and enjoy it, because that time flies, and you're gonna wish like you were back in those moments when you're actually older. Next question. My 15-year-old daughter wants to get a very low-necked gown for the junior prom. She says a lot of the other girls are wearing them and that I'm just old-fashioned. Should I stick to my guns? SKQ, St. Petersburg, Florida. Ooh, see? Again, girls trying to be older when they should just appreciate their age. But can you imagine the low cut dresses in the 50s versus what we've seen now for low cut dresses? Because oh my goodness, there are some low cut prom dresses. I know everybody's kind of seen the new styles on the internet. Well, not now because it's 2020 and we're in the middle of a pandemic. But before that, when the girls would go to prom, I've seen some ones that are like not neckline here, it's like neckline starting down here dipping, and I'm like, whoo, girl, you know what, you do you, but at the same time, whoo, girl. So, Miss Vanderbilt responds, within reason, some really charming and youthful dresses for that age group have fairly low necks. It's the dark, slinky, siren type of dress that makes a girl that age look as if her mother weren't keeping an eye on her. Your daughter shouldn't be allowed to dress like a woman of the world, although it is hard to convince youth that youth itself is a precious and all too fleeting thing. Amen. Very well answered. I love her answers. Her responses are so good. Let's keep going. I am 12 years old and 4 feet 8 inches tall. Oh, baby. My parents say that I cannot wear lipstick because I am small and too young, but I would like very much to wear lipstick. They think I should wait a few years. What do you think? MF, Fair Lawn, New Jersey. 12 and 4 feet 8 inches tall. Let's see what Miss Vanderbilt has to say. I hate to see girls of your age wearing lipstick, but I know that in some communities, girls as young as you wear pale lipstick to parties at least, so lip gloss probably. If this is the case in your community, maybe you can get your parents to compromise and let you wear it only under certain circumstances. That's a very diplomatic answer. Very diplomatic answer. Could potentially be why, like, it's like lip gloss is so popular amongst young girls because it is that compromise where you don't want them looking too adult. That's really young. 12 for me is like super young. I always think of like that the episode of the Cosbys where is it the Cosbys? I can't remember. It's the where Claire Huxtable is just like, she's telling, it's not, is it Denise? It's one of the daughters. She's like explaining to her why she can't wear makeup, and then she catches her one day and she like throws it all away. It's just one of those things where you shouldn't, again, look older than you are. Just appreciate where you are in the moment. I feel like we tell this to young kids all the time, and then they're just like, man, you're old. Who cares? I'm going to do what I want to do. And they don't get it until they're in the same spot that we are a couple years down the road. But yeah, that's a very, very diplomatic answer. Wear lip gloss. I do that for my niece, actually. Whenever I put on lipstick, she always wants some. So I have like a tinted lip gloss that I will let her wear. It's like a very, very pale pink from Base My Cosmetics. Or I will do Vaseline. And I'll let her like use the Vaseline, because then she thinks that she looks so cute. She is cute, but she's not like adult cute. She's child cute. Anyways, next question. I am 12 and a half, and I would like to know if I may wear nylons. All of my friends wear them to parties and such. MKJ, Oak Park, Illinois. Nylons, you guys. What would the equivalent be today? Like, girls don't wear nylons anymore. Well, I certainly don't. We actually, like, I went to a funeral recently, and that was one of the things my mom was like, if it's like fingertip length, then you need to put on a pair of like pantyhose. And that is the closest thing that I could think of to it wasn't even for me, it was for my sister. And it's just one of those things where it's like, like nylons, okay, like it's something that we don't really wear in modern day. Again, a lot of my dresses that I make or wear are a lot longer, so I never have occasion to. Plus I don't like the feel or the sound of nylons, but they do make some really good ones out there, so if you still wear them, again, more power to you. But anyways, it says, yes, I think you're old enough to wear nylons to parties if the other girls do. Actually, I think socks are much prettier, though. Cute little bobby socksers. Especially as girls so young as yourself usually don't fill out the nylons very well, and they tend to bag over the knees. As teenagers love to wear socks of various kinds, I don't see anything too little girlish about your wearing socks, even to parties at your age. That's so cute. Can you imagine? She's trying to be old enough or look nice enough to like, or what is it? She's trying to be older or like achieve that like mature look. But can you imagine, like, nylons only come in like certain sizes, so they just like the elephant leg stocking look. Oh God, poor, that would be so embarrassing. Oh my goodness, but funny. Great answer though. Like, just wear the socks. Just wear the socks. Be a Bobby Soxer. Next one is, I am a girl, 15 years old. I've been invited to a football game by a boy and to dinner after the game. May I wear a suit and go without a hat? How cute! Should I change if we go out to dinner afterwards? I never wear a hat except to church on Sunday. AFS, Indianapolis, Indiana. A wool suit. This is Amy Vanderbilt's answer. A wool suit will be proper, a tailored one. A tailored wool suit to a football game, you guys. A top coat or a fur coat to keep you warm would be advisable too. You may go without a hat both during the game and afterwards. Ask your escort his plans for after the game. Probably he will take you to some restaurant where the crowd goes in their football costumes. It is unlikely too that he would want to have to go home to change. True that. I can't comment on that because can you imagine wearing a full tailored suit to a football game nowadays? Unheard of. I kind of want to go to a football game and like I want to make a suit now and just wear a full suit to a tailgate party. That would be so freaking hilarious. Next question. I am 16 and I'm going to have my first tuxedo. My father is holding out for the usual black, but I would like to have midnight blue. Fancy. He thinks that's just a fad and that I'll be sorry, but we agreed to abide by your decision. CC, Oakland, California. Midnight blue for tuxedos is no fad, according to Vanderbilt, this is her, but has been an established fashion for some seasons now. It looks blacker than black at night, and you are much more likely to outgrow your tuxedo than to outgrow the fashion for midnight blue. Midnight blue is a gorgeous color, and honestly, even today, they should make more suits in midnight blue because it's spectacular and honestly looks very good on most men. Unless your coloring is very pale, then the contrast could be too heavy, but it looks very elegant. Dapper, I should say. Next question. There's going to be a dance at our school, and it seems that all pastel colors are out this winter. I wonder if it is proper to wear a Nile green paper taffeta dress with Nile green shoes to match. There are many girls waiting for your kind answer. HB, Newtonville, Massachusetts. Yes, the dress is very suitable. In almost any season, delicate colors are quite appropriate for party dresses, especially for young girls. Very good answer. Next question. Would it be proper to wear a pastel-colored lace dress and shoes to match to a dinner and dance at a hotel in November? Oh, we're almost in November-ish. I've been told it isn't appropriate at that time of year. MS, Newark, New Jersey. The answer is, yes, it is right. In fact, lace is now an all year round fashion. It is quite proper to wear matching shoes. Gorgeous. There we go. So that ends the section on dress. I'm wondering, let's see. You know what? Let's just do introductions and greetings, and then maybe next time we can go into other problems that teens used to have, like this section on gifts, and then there's a section on special problems, whatever that means. So, introductions and greetings. My mother has a different name than my own because she's been married twice. When I bring my friends home, should I just say, John, this is my mother, or should I say, John, this is my mother, Mrs. Barclay? BSJ, Tacoma, Washington. Another thing that people don't do is going about introductions in more of a formal way. So we don't say, hey, this is my mother, so and so. We just say, hey, this is my mom. Like, have you met my mom? And then they'll do that, I'm Mrs. or like, hi, I'm so and so's mother. But Miss Vanderbilt says the latter is correct. Otherwise, the guest might be embarrassed by calling your mother by your name and then finding out later that he has misaddressed her. So calling her by her married name is the correct way of going about that. I live in an apartment hotel where many older ladies live. Should I, a high school senior, stand if they happen by, standing briefly to greet me or for an informal chat while I am dining? Also, when girls my own age are arriving and leaving at a party, shall I then arise? Please tell me also if a teenage girl, 18, should curtsy. KC, Battle Creek, Michigan. Oh my God, does anybody remember curtsying? We did it when we were kids. Like, I am only 28, but I remember curtsying to people when I was a child, like a young child. I just think that's so funny. I haven't heard, besides in period films, I haven't heard about people curtsying in quite some time. The answer. Yes, at your age, it is courteous for you to rise for women very definitely older than yourself. Women in the category, say, of your mother's friends. You would not have to rise for young marrieds at a party unless you are a hostess or a member of the family. It would not be necessary for you to rise when other women guests are coming or going. At your age, you should definitely not curtsy. In fact, I'm against the curtsy for all except little girls who move perhaps in the diplomatic set or just love to curtsy. Of course, in dancing school, the curtsy is de rigueur. Did I say that right? And should be de rigueur. So essentially the answer is rise for older ladies and married ladies. Do not rise for unmarried ladies unless you are the hostess of a party or a member of the family at a party. Then you should not rise for guests leaving. That is strictly the hostess or a member of the family hosting the party. That's their domain to rise when guests are leaving or coming. And no curtsying except for young girls. So we should teach our kids to curtsy. I'm all for the curtsy. Bring back the curtsy. Honestly, that would be a really good way during this pandemic to greet people, is to do the curtsy or the bow. I think, what is it, Penzant Tailoring, Zach Penzant said it best because he released the meme. It's like, it's the perfect time to bring back the courtly bow. Last one is, so few parents seem to be teaching their sons to stand up when lady guests enter a room that I'm wondering if I'm old-fashioned in teaching my son to do so. Also, do the men arise when friends greet us while we are eating in a booth? ACW, Oakland, California. You are right, of course. Parents should teach their sons this essential of etiquette just as early as they are able to absorb the information. Boys should also stand when male guests enter the room, even their own contemporaries, and come forward to greet them with a friendly handshake. They should rise, too, for their fathers returning home after a day's work. No, the men do not arise when they are seated in a booth, although they may half rise and make apologies for not fully rising. However, no lady ever lingers unless she can seat herself quickly, so as to prevent the men's discomfort. So, rising and not rising. I think it's nice when people like rise as like a form of courtesy when you're approaching like a table or something, but it's very much not a thing anymore, and we definitely don't do that. But I guess there are certain etiquette that we evolve as we go along. What's really fun is I actually just found this book, but a bigger version from the 60s. I'll show it next time. So more information about a different point in history. I am going to put it up onto the Etsy shop, so look for it within this month, the span of October. I will definitely let you know when it's up for sale. I'll probably put a link into the description, so if you wanted to go and explore your own questions, maybe if you have like different different categorical questions, so you want to know about dress but for women, they have that in that older, or I should say newer version of Amy Vanderbilt's Everyday Etiquette. But that was this Founder Friday, talking about dress and certain points of etiquette from the 1956 topic on teenagers. I will hopefully be back next week with another talk about, again, special problems, whatever that means, for teenagers in the 1956 edition of Everyday Etiquette. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. I will see you guys next Friday.